Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Dimitrios, and today we're diving into a super important topic for your IELTS speaking test, and that is how to avoid using fillers like or These fillers can make you sound less fluent. So let's work on minimizing them, shall we? Ready? Let's go. First things first. Let's understand why fillers are a problem. When you use too many fillers, it makes you sound uncertain and less fluent. We want to avoid that and aim for clear and confident speech. A few fillers here and there are okay, but minimizing them will definitely help you sound more professional and composed. So how do we do that? Let's start with our first tip. Number one, think before you speak. Take a moment to organize your thoughts. This helps reduce the need to fill the silence with or For example, if you're asked about your favorite book, instead of rushing, take a second to gather your thoughts. My favorite book is To Kill a Mockingbird. It's a fascinating story about... See how taking that brief pause makes a big difference? It sounds much more confident. Tip number 2, practice speaking smoothly. One way to do this is by recording yourself and listening for those fillers. When you catch them, try to replace them with a short pause or a deep breath. Here's an example. Let's say you're describing a memorable trip. I went to Paris last year. It was an amazing experience, because I went to Paris last year. It was an amazing experience because... Much better, right? Practicing this way helps build your confidence and reduces the habit of using fillers. Tip number 3, use simple phrases to give yourself time to think. Phrases like, let me think, or that's a good question, can buy you those extra few seconds that you may need. For instance, if you're asked about a challenging situation, you could say, that's a good question. Let me think. One challenging situation I faced was... These simple phrases are great tools to help you maintain your flow without falling back on fillers. Tip number 4, practice with a partner. Find someone who can give you feedback on your speaking, or you can use ChatGPT. They can point out when you're using fillers and help you practice eliminating them. Here are 4 partner practice activities to help you improve and boost your confidence. In this scenario, I'll be the examiner and you'll be the candidate. Imagine you're in the IELTS speaking test and I ask you about your hometown. Can you tell me about your hometown?
My hometown is a small, picturesque village in the mountains. It's known for its beautiful scenery and friendly people. There are many hiking trails and a lovely river that runs through the town.
Notice how the candidate took a moment to think and avoided using fillers? Now, let's try another scenario. This time, I'll ask you to describe a memorable event. Remember to take your time and speak smoothly. Can you describe a memorable event in your life?
That's a good question. One memorable event in my life was my graduation day. It was a special moment because I was surrounded by my family and friends. We celebrated with a big party, and I felt very proud of my achievements.
Using a phrase like, "That's a good question," gives you a moment to gather your thoughts without resorting to fillers. Let's move on to our final scenario. In this last scenario, you'll talk about your future plans. Again, focus on speaking clearly and confidently. What are your plans for the future?
In the future, I plan to pursue a career in healthcare. I'm passionate about helping people and making a difference in their lives. I hope to specialize in nursing and work in a hospital setting.
Excellent. Pausing and thinking before speaking helps you avoid fillers and convey your ideas more effectively.
Good morning. My name is Dimitrios. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Dan Bongino.
May I see your identification, please?
Sure, here it is.
Thank you. Now, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about your hometown. Can you tell me about the place where you live?
Of course, I live in a city called Tabu. It's a medium-sized city with a population of about 150,000 people. It's known for its beautiful parks and friendly community.
What do you like about living in Tabu?
I really enjoy the green spaces and the sense of community. The parks are great for outdoor activities, and there are many local events that bring people together.
Are there any things you dislike about your hometown?
Well, sometimes the traffic can be quite heavy, especially during rush hour. Also, I wish there were more entertainment options like cinemas and theaters.
Now, let's talk about free time. What do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, I enjoy reading books, especially fiction. I also like to go for walks in the park to relax and get some fresh air.
Do you prefer spending your free time alone or with others? Why?
I prefer spending my free time with others because I enjoy socializing and sharing experiences. However, sometimes I do appreciate some alone time to unwind and reflect.
How much free time do you have each week?
I usually have a few hours of free time each day, especially in the evenings after work. On weekends, I have more free time to engage in activities that I enjoy.
Do you think it's important to have free time? Why or why not?
Yes, I think it's very important to have free time. It allows us to relax, recharge, and pursue hobbies that make us happy. It also helps in maintaining a good work-life balance.
Great. Now, let's move on to the topic of technology. Do you enjoy using technology?
Yes, I do. I find technology fascinating and very useful in everyday life. It makes many tasks easier and more efficient, and it also helps me stay connected with friends and family.
What piece of technology do you find most useful? Why?
I find my smartphone to be the most useful piece of technology. It allows me to communicate, access information, and manage my schedule all in one device.
How has technology changed the way people spend their free time?
Technology has significantly changed how people spend their free time. Many people now use their free time to browse the internet, play video games, or watch streaming services. It has also made it easier to connect with others and share experiences online.
Do you think all new technology is beneficial? Why or why not?
Not all new technology is beneficial. While many advancements improve our lives, some can have negative effects, such as reducing face-to-face interaction or contributing to privacy concerns. It's important to use technology mindfully and be aware of its potential drawbacks.
Now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You will have 1 minute to prepare before you begin speaking. Here's some paper and a pencil for making notes. I'd like you to describe a book that you enjoyed reading recently. You have 1 minute to prepare. You may start now. All right, are you ready? You may start now.
One of the books I enjoyed reading recently is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. The book is about a young girl named Scout and her brother Jem who grew up in the racially charged atmosphere of the American South during the 1930s. Their father, Atticus Finch, is a lawyer who defends a black man wrongly accused of raping a white woman. I read this book because it was recommended by a friend, and I had heard a lot about its powerful themes and compelling narrative. I really enjoyed the book because it addresses serious issues like racism and injustice in a very profound way. The characters are well developed, and the story is both heartwarming and thought-provoking. It made me reflect on the importance of empathy and standing up for what is right.
Thank you. May I have the booklet and paper and pencil, please? We've been talking about a book you enjoyed reading, and now I'd like to ask you a few more questions related to this. Do you think that reading is more important for adults or for children? Why?
I believe reading is important for both adults and children, but in different ways. For children, reading helps develop their language skills, imagination, and cognitive abilities. It's crucial for their education and personal growth. For adults, reading is important for continuous learning, keeping the mind active, and gaining new perspectives. It also provides a way to relax and escape from the stresses of daily life.
How can parents encourage their children to read more?
Parents can encourage their children to read more by creating a reading-friendly environment at home. This includes having a variety of books available, setting aside regular reading time, and being role models by reading themselves. They can also discuss books with their children to make reading a more interactive and engaging activity.
Do you think technology has had a positive or negative impact on reading habits?
Technology has had both positive and negative impacts on reading habits. On the positive side, e-books and online articles make reading more accessible and convenient. There are also many educational apps and platforms that promote reading. However, the negative side is that technology can be a distraction. With the rise of social media and video content, people, especially younger generations, might spend less time reading traditional books.
Thank you very much. That's the end of the speaking test.
So, to recap, avoiding fillers is about thinking before you speak, practicing smooth speech, using simple phrases, and getting that necessary feedback from a partner. Remember, a few fillers are okay, but aiming for a clear and confident speech will really make you stand out. So, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more IELTS tips. And as always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, let me know and leave a comment below. Good luck with your next practice and good luck on your next IELTS speaking test. And I will see you next time.